everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to do a quick check-in and share with you how my journals and planners have been since it's in the middle of 2024, and I'm pretty sure you're curious to see how I filled these up and what worked, what didn't work. I'm happy to share my review on everything that I mentioned in my 𝚒𝚘𝚔𝚑𝚑 video that I uploaded earlier this year. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure to watch it beforehand so you have an idea of what setup I currently have. And we have a special guest star and new character in the 𝚒𝚘𝚔𝚑𝚑 verse of Abbey, which is me. This is the plotter. I'll share more about it later, but before that, let's get started into the planner category. I've been admittedly really loving how this system has been panning out. Based on size, I prefer bringing these two when I'm traveling, and this was just a mainstay on my desk. Let's take a look first at my planner. This was also featured in my day in my life video. If you haven't checked that out, this is the one that is a mainstay in my work area, desk area, and I always leave it open. What I do with this is very straightforward. I just log every single thing that I need to do. Here's a more complex and thorough breakdown. It's nothing really special about it. I just log everything that I need to do as my brain tries to make sense of it, and for me it's really important to refer back to the previous days if I haven't finished anything. So I do adapt a bullet journal method for this in terms of like writing the tasks and then migrating them, but that's pretty much it. For all my life admin things, I count on my Hobonichi weeks to do the job for that, and I just customized it recently. I really like it. This is the Moomin Hobonichi weeks. You've probably seen that the previous one was from Dr. Makino, but I used my Moomin starting in March when I received it. So I'll also link the week's review down below if you want to know more about how I used my Hobonichi weeks over the years. I am pretty proud of this tracking system that I did. So these are all the days I worked out. You can see how productive the May one was, but I've been making it a point to work out more regularly, and it's been really great with my mental health, physical health, and I just feel very good overall. And that's been really, I guess that's my new hobby, you know. I consider it a hobby. I spend like 3-4 times a week doing it and really consistently doing it, so I'm very happy about that. I hope to fill it up more as the year progresses. I wouldn't say I'm very diligent with updating this, but I try my best to keep myself accountable, especially with the running list of to-dos as a 31-year-old grown adult living in a foreign city. Generally, the idea of the weeks is just very straightforward for me. Sometimes I try to log habits. It doesn't work out most of the time. I do use this Zebra Sarasa Nano clicky pen for more planned out tasks, so it's usually on the left side. And I divide my weeks in such a way that the left side informs me of the schedule for the day or things I need to take note of, and then the right side is just some notes or things that I did, like booked a trip, you know, or like uploading. This was the workshop announcement time, I think. So stuff like that. And then on the right side, sometimes I write things that I have to look into, research on. I have goals, errands, meals. And so far it's been useful for me because I'm learning to really appreciate how busy a week is or how relaxed it is. Sometimes there's just not much entries. It's fine. I don't torture myself and say like, I have to fill it up to the brim. I've always been used to that, so I just keep it to this balance, and it's just nice to have on hand. So every time I'm planning on Sundays, this is the one that's open so that I know how to plot my personal life and then add in the work tasks and just do like a compromise with the schedules and the days, and just, you know, there's a lot of things to balance, you know, work, life, socials, and errands, I guess. This is the Hobonichi Day Free. I've been enjoying it so far because it's just a very easy notebook to bring. When I'm traveling, I never not bring this. This is always what I bring. So on the way back from Poland, I was just drawing these sketches because I knew I needed to design them. So this is for an upcoming mini bookmakers club kit in collaboration with Everyday Explorers Co. Overall, it became just a catch-all instead of more of a project planner as I expected it to be. I don't know if I actually need the pages. I don't really care about indexing things and like categorizing them afterwards. So that didn't work in my favor. I feel like if I would choose next year, I would just use the regular plain journal where it's just all grid, because I also barely use the months. But I've been trying to be more mindful of the monthly ones. Like I want to write my days off. I think that's something I need to work on because I don't give myself time off that much, and my attempt to do a 4-day work week has not been as successful as I hoped to be. So maybe I will work on that for the latter half of the year. So hopefully I'll share a video towards the end of the year and share with you more updates on my progress. Moving on to journals, it's no surprise that I've been diligently updating this 𝚒𝚘𝚔, and it's starting to become chunky now, but in a manageable chunk. I've been trying to keep it on the average chunk because I don't want to make it too bulky because I travel with this as well. So this is with the life cover. A lot of you have been asking where to get this. Unfortunately, this was released I think for 2021, and I bought it in 2020. I received it September 2020, so it's kind of hard to find right now. This is one of my prized possessions. I'm very happy I bought this cover on the rare occurrence of me actually buying a cover. So far it's been great. My only gripe is that I don't update the monthly. I have an issue with monthlies. They just don't work on my end. So no monthlies. However, I'll share with you some recent pages from my trip to LA and the SoCal. I really have been enjoying just updating. And funnily enough, me and Job are using the same. He's using 𝚤𝚘𝚘𝚔, but it's in A6 size as well, 𝚘𝚘𝚔 size. So I think there was one day where we both were like just sitting down catching up on our entries because I had skipped like 4 days. Usually I don't do that. I try to just manage not updating for like 2 days, 3 days, because once it goes past 4, I feel like it's become a chore to do. I also have not shared that much pages about this because it's really a personal journal at this point, and I realized that through that I didn't need another journal where I should like dump all of my thoughts. It just feels like this is a nice like one to use to catch everything that I need to capture for the day and just write it on paper. I used to be a team A5 person, but unfortunately now I feel like I'm going to park that for a bit. So I have shared this quarter journal at the start of the year. I haven't updated it as much as I want to. I wish I had, but there's just something about me and like my laziness to print and just, I don't know, life being busy that I haven't been able to update it as much as I want to. Let's see how much I've updated. I think, yeah, the last update I did was for the Oscars media journal with me, which I've also uploaded on my channel. Same thing with the diarist. This was something I started on a whim. I had an extra copy here and I felt like I needed more long form writing for more special moments. However, I don't think I've updated this as much as I want to. The idea was to have more recaps here, like monthly recaps, because I don't have space on my 𝚒𝚘𝚔 to do that. But yeah, my last update was, yeah, I didn't even write my May recap. I don't know. It's now July, so probably no update, but I did write about Challengers because I am a huge fan of this movie and Mike Feist. So that is my current Roman Emperor that has been ongoing for weeks now. It's nice to just feel less pressured to have to finish things because of the dated aspect. So these ones I will just keep on my desk for now and go back to if I feel like it. Lastly, for travel journaling, happy to report I'm still using my traveler's notebook. I rotate between the standard and the passport size. The main reason being I actually need to use standard for my upcoming trips because I have workshops and I need to share that I use a bigger canvas for that and the passport is too small. Here's a preview of what I'm currently working on. So I just got back from LA. I'll share a travel and journal with me episode on that in the future, but if you'd like to check that out and watch me do like a catch-up journaling video, it's going to be on Patreon. So I have the sticker release insert on here. I started a new one, and then I still have the 𝚤𝚘𝚔 moon milk pouch where I have all of my random ephemera, stickers, and stationery. This is my SoCal insert that I've been working on, and it's been great. I've been really enjoying it, but obviously there's still a lot of empty pages that I'm trying to work through. By the way, this is a half trip refill, and since I didn't spend too long in LA, I was there for 10 days. I thought it was the perfect size and perfect amount of pages that I don't feel too pressured to fill up every page and make sure that I have something to write. I have been using Traveler's Notebook since 2017. It's now 2024, so I guess it's been a good 7 years, and I'm pretty happy with the system. I'm not gonna leave anytime soon. However, it's always nice to add in a new character in the 𝚒𝚘𝚔 verse here and there, and so I'm excited to share with you my new addition, which I'm excited to add in and share with you because it's mid-year, so I feel like it's a great time to get into a new system and explore it. So this is the plotter leather binder system, and this was given to me by Design Fill America. Thanks so much to Job for surprising me with this. I was not expecting it. So this is the plotter narrow, and I'll show you a bit of how I set it up. I asked him to help me set it up, and it was so chaotic because I did not know anything about this system. I have just been watching videos before filming this video on how it's set up and how people use them, but if you have tips and ideas, please let me know in the comments as well. So if you're not familiar, Plotter is a brand under Design Fill, which is responsible for brands like MD Paper, Traveler's Notebook, the good old Traveler's Notebook, and one of their signature brands is Plotter. And I really like leather in general, but I have not explored the rings part of things, so this is going to be interesting. So it came in this box, and it's just a hodgepodge of things, but I'll just show you the supplies that came in here. And I do love the ephemera that comes with it, so I'm going to keep these and like journal about them. We have the 2mm grid and the to-do list, so I'm going to be using this as more of a, I'm gonna explore it actually this month, so that I have time to kind of figure out what I really need, and then I can purchase more refills at the SF Pen Show because Plotter will be having a booth there. Job gave me these dividers that he made himself. He has been telling me to get a Napesco 6-hole puncher, and then I can customize my inserts, so I can also customize the covers and things. So I have not gotten into that. I don't want to be fully overwhelmed, but these are nice dividers. I've actually used some of them here already. Right now I have this pen. This is the Uniball 1, and it's in the color Carrot. I figured it matched the cover the most, and inside is a Pentel Energel in 0.3, so it's very thin. I figured it would also fit writing in here. I have not decided if I want to use fountain pens with this, so we'll figure that out in the future. I hope to report back and share with you more updates. And then this is a Knox band that Job gave me. He was like, I have a spare one, you can get it. And I feel like just adding this really adds to this being Abbey core, because my impression of Plotter was like, it was just the black one, and I'm like, I don't like black. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, okay, I feel like this is very suited for me. This is the Pueblo leather in narrow size. I would say it reminds me a lot of the size of the Hobonichi Weeks. More or less pretty much the same, except it's ring bound inside. So when we were setting this up, I told Job, oh, you know, do you just like put all the, this is so silly, like, do you just put the entire to-do list there? And he's like, no, It's like, what? I need to get used to the idea of rings being detachable and that you can add and remove things as you go. So that's something I'm definitely going to learn more about. However, right now there's just a loose setup that I did. This is the add-on card, but it's obviously not for narrow, it's for bigger sizes, so I probably have to trim it a bit. And then this is the ruler. We also have just 2mm grid. I wanted to maybe write some, I don't know, thoughts. I don't know. I still don't know what this is gonna be, so we'll set it up in the future and I'll let you know. I also have this 1 month weekly situation here, weekly spread, and I don't know what I'll do with it. I'll probably use it for content management since I upload a lot of content recently on Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. I do appreciate a couple of things. This one being already divided, the second one being that this is an extension instead of it being an entirely blank page, the third one being that the weather is there. Following up to this, I have the to-do list right here. Oh, I should have put the divider there. To-do list right here, and then I do appreciate the progress bars, so we'll see how that works, but I'm really interested to see everything in conjunction. And then we have the divider, and then lastly we have this the band here, as well as the pen holder and lifter. So yeah, it's a pretty simple setup. I don't want to be overwhelmed, so the goal is to not be overwhelmed. I'm just looking forward to seeing how this will be incorporated into my system. Will it add value? Will it remove one of the other systems that I'm using? My biggest theory is that once I start using this more consistently, this will get eliminated in the process. The weeks, I'm still deciding. It's always nice to have a Wix, so I do want to get a Wix for next year, but I have to reassess a couple of things for sure. But this might also reduce the fact that I use way too many pocket notebooks for random ideas. I think the compact aspect of this really spoke to me as well. Like, I was watching a video by Yoseka and Ashley was mentioning that the fact that you don't need to bring that much pages and you can't go over 80 is such a game changer, because then it allows you to feel more minimal and be able to explore that aspect of your creative process or planning process. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my mid-year update, and it definitely was very chatty, but I thought it'd be nice to share with you how I've been using these planners and journals, and I'm really excited to dive into the whole rabbit hole of plotters. So if you have your setup, let me know in the comments how it's been, what your current favorite setup has been, and how things are going on your end. Are you adding anything? Are you removing anything to your system? I like to always instill that the system has to work for you and you don't have to work for it. Make sure to also check out my Patreon art club if you'd like to support this channel. Thank you so much to all my patrons for making it possible for me to create these videos. It's so silly to say this, but sometimes it really doesn't feel like work. I'm literally standing right now and filming this, and it's like noon, and I am just like doing a full-on monologue, and sometimes I find it silly, and then I upload it to the interwebs and it's just like, oh, I can't believe people watch these things. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Always be creating, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.